Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we have a really nice old Petrol lighter, a roller lighter, gold tone, and I'm not absolutely certain what the material of its construction is, but I think that the most likely possibility is that this is a gold tone anodized aluminum construction lighter. You can see plenty of wear, scuffs, scratches, imperfections and blemishes to the finish of the lighter. There is some of the finish that is actually missing. You can see the gold tone there giving way to some silverish hues, especially here on some corners, edges. It is a really attractive lighter to me that reminds me a lot of the Zippo Golden Elegance from the late 70s or mid 70s, 76, 77, somewhere around in there, I think. I don't know that this particular lighter was that new, but I don't know that it's not either. Most aluminum block petrol lighters were made from the mid 40s into the 50s, but that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody didn't make one later. So I don't make any statements as far as the age on this one. Like I said, it is a little bit confusing to me because it looks very much like the 1970s. But aluminum block lighters were commonly made in the 40s and 50s. So you can take that information and use it for what you will. There's a possibility that it could be Zamac or some other alloy metal, and then it might not be aluminum at all. You do see the scuffs, scratches, blemishes. You can see there where that is a clear scuff that appears as though over time the finish, which if this is an aluminum block lighter, then that would have to be anodizing, I believe, which applied the color to the lighter. But you can see that on the back too. Several scuffs, scratches, blemishes to the finish, finish loss, finish damage, whatever you want to call it. There is a little bit of gouging, just very light on the edges of the screwdriver slot. So it is not exactly straight. Looks like there is some minor damage there. I like the long roller, long fluted roller. And the lighter feels fairly heavy too. That is one aspect of this particular Petrol roller lighter that has made me think that perhaps it is not aluminum, is the fact that it is pretty heavy. But it's also fairly big. Good and wide. Not the thinnest lighter you've ever seen. And really nice fit in the hand. Very stylish machine design to the surface of the lighter. It's one that I would think that many people would want to add to their collection. snuffer pops up nice and quick. Stays in position. It will go back further if you want it to. Got a nice strong piston spring, which has caused some damage to the back side of the snuffer. You can see there. The flint spring and screw are manipulated by just a simple standard precision screwdriver from the back. Tightens up, adjusts as you need it. There is some carbon buildup. It's obviously been used, been around a long time. And until I put a new flint and fueled it up, can't remember if I had to dig the old flint out of this one or not, but I acquired it in a group of old aluminum block petrol lighters. Most of them were typical of what you think when you hear the words aluminum block petrol lighter. And the one shortcoming that a lot of them do have is they tend to just have little disc file wheels, where I love the fact that this one has a full roller. I love the angled machined design on the gold tone base metal surface of the lighter. And there are no markings. Definitely no markings here on the fuel screw. Looks like there's a little place there where they might want you to keep an extra flint, but there is no actual compartment that threads into that fuel screw. Nice cross-hatched knurling to the edges of the fuel screw. And there's a little bit of a catch there in the threading. It wants to go the wrong way for just a second, but be patient with it. Don't cross the threads. Everything should be fine. It's a really nice, attractive, functional, and interesting roller petrol lighter that may also be constructed of aluminum. Probably is. That would be my guess. Of course, you guys all know I'm no expert on metals. I know just about enough to make me dangerous when it comes to that sort of thing. So perhaps some of the experts out there can chime in. I believe we've talked in comments on other videos for this lighter, or maybe even in the live stream, Vintage Coffee and Lighters Live. We have talked about whether or not this lighter was constructed of aluminum, Zamac, or perhaps some other alloy. Of course, aluminum would be the easy answer. That's what most of these sort of lighters are constructed of. And I guess there's no reason to doubt that somebody could have come up with a design like this in a gold tone that would remind me of something that Zippo did in the 1970s. But there's nothing to it, nothing that actually dates it to the 70s. Just sort of the style that it reminds me of. So this one will be listed soon. Functions pretty well. It's nice and attractive. Would be great in any collection, or also for anyone who likes to use them. Until next time.